Hello everyone, this is Liz with Easy QuickBooks Training. Have you ever found that you notice that your QuickBooks is just a mess and you wish you can just start over? That's what I'm going to show you today. So let's get started. As you can see here, this is a new QuickBooks file that we're going to be importing list. In other words, we're going to import vendors, customers, items, all the lists that the old company file has in order to create transactions. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. In another video, I will show you how to enter the balances from the old QuickBooks to the new QuickBooks. But this video is just going to show you how to import the list. And the reason we're doing this, and you have to be careful when you decide to start a new company file. It's not necessary to do it all the time, even though you think you may need it. You may want to contact a QuickBooks Pro advisor to review your books, to give you advice on whether you do need to create a new company file or not. Now, in this situation, we do need to create a new company file because it's the inventory that's affecting the books. In other words, this client did not or does not hold inventory, but his items were set as to hold that he does hold inventory when they should have been set up as non-inventory items. So what happened through his in his QuickBooks is a big, huge negative in inventory asset. So of course you can do journal entries and you can adjust your inventory, no problem. But this has been going on without any kind of maintenance for a very long time. So in this situation, it's best to just create a new file to have a good setup for your QuickBooks, and that's very important. Always have a good setup for QuickBooks. I do recommend if you are new to QuickBooks, you get someone to help you set it up, because if your foundation is not correct, QuickBooks can not give you the appropriate numbers because it's not set up correctly how it should. So QuickBooks is very flexible. We all know that. Very, very flexible. And it's important to know what you're telling QuickBooks to do in order for QuickBooks to give you the right information. That includes chart of accounts, that includes your inventory, your items list, your payroll, your sales items, anything related to QuickBooks. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to export all the chart of accounts, vendors, customers, so you don't have to do that double data entry, especially if you have a long list of customers and vendors. This will not import transactions. We're just importing list, customer list and the data, vendor list and their data, chart of accounts, the list of your chart of accounts. So let's get started on exporting from the old company file and importing into this one. I'm in the old company file now. So let's export the list. And the way to do that is we go to File, Utilities, Export, and we want List to If files. Then we will get a screen that pops up and we can select all the lists. So these are all the lists in QuickBooks that we can export. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to export everything. If you know you don't use any of these, then you don't have to check them. But I'm going to check them because I'm not familiar with his books yet. I just did a QuickBooks review for him, so I know that he needs a new company file. And I'm going to take on everything except the items list. And the reason I'm doing this is because in this old file, the items are set as inventory items. In the new QuickBooks file, I want them as non-inventory items. If I click on this, it's going to import the files or the items as inventory, and I cannot change them. They will be set that way. So what I'm going to do with the items list is I'm going to import from an Excel sheet. I will show you how to do that. But over here, I ticked on everything, and I'm going to click OK. And QuickBooks wants us to save a file, so I'm just going to call this lists, and we want to save this file and click OK or save. And it says your data has been exported successfully. So now I'm going to import these lists in the new QuickBooks file. In the new QuickBooks file, we want to go to File, Utilities, Import if Files. So let's do that. Let's select the file we saved. And this will allow QuickBooks to import all the lists. As you can see, there's nothing here yet, but as soon as it's imported, we will be able to see all the vendors. These are all the vendors that he has. And now I know that the customers will be there and the chart of accounts is there. Everything is there. Great. So now I'm going to show you how to import the items list, because there should not be no items except for the default items. Oh, there isn't. No default items. Good. So it's blank. No items in QuickBooks. That's what I wanted, because I'm going to import from an Excel sheet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Here is the Excel sheet that I got from QuickBooks when I exported the items. And as you can see, it has non-active and active. Let me show you how to do this. You go to the items list, items, and then down here you want to include inactive, and then click on the Excel arrow and export all items. Then you will get a window pop up that will tell you what you want to do. You want to create a new worksheet in Excel, and just click export. And that's how you export the items list. Now I'm going to show you how to import into the new QuickBooks file. I'm in the new company file now, and I want to import the items. So I'm going to go here to Excel, import items, and it's saying that it will take us to list, add, edit, multiple line entries. So let's click yes. And here we go. And we want to change this to non-inventory parts, because that is what I want to import. So now we are going to, I want to customize the columns here. I want to customize them according to what I have on the Excel sheet. So I'm going to click customize columns. I'm going to add everything, and then I'm going to rearrange them according to my Excel sheet that I exported. I just want to make sure that the columns here match what I'm going to have here, and that's what you should make sure to. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm just going to double check to make sure I have my columns and the columns that I need here exactly with the Excel sheet. Okay, so I got my columns to match the Excel sheet. So there's 7 columns, and I also put them in the order that they are in the Excel sheet. So as you can see here, now I'm going to just do a test, and I'm going to take just 2 accounts. Actually, I'm going to take from the top so I know some. I'm going to just do it from there, a couple accounts. I'm going to copy. Oh, I forgot preferred vendor. Okay, so you want to highlight all the 7 columns, or the columns that you have, copy, and then we're going to paste it. Right click, paste, and it should paste on exactly the right column. So it would be item name, sales description if you have it, income account, or the correct account, the expense account, and the purchase description, and the cost, and the preferred vendor if you have it. So these are just the top ones. And if it was inactive, if it's an inactive, I can select that. But these are, or actually, these are non-active. This one is active, non-active. And then that one's active. And then all you have to do is save and close, and you should have non-inventory items. So I'm going to go ahead and save changes. It says 4 non-inventory items have been recorded. 2 non-inventory items have errors. So let's take a look. And I believe it has to do with, freight shipping. Let's see. Okay, I don't see any errors on that. So let's see. Click each field with the red text to find out what the errors is and make corrections. And I don't see any red X. That's very interesting. So it could be maybe a column that it's not here that's creating it, but I don't see it. Let's just close out of this. No, let's not save. And let's see. I want to include inactive items. And as you can see, there it is. It did save our inventory as non-inventory type. I'm going to select that. We have the item number. We have this item is used in assemblies or purchases. Yes. We have the cost, and we have preferred vendor down here, and the cost of goods is selected. Okay. I believe this is, it worked really well. So now all you have to do is, and if you don't want the non or inactive items, you don't have to enter them. All you have to do now is just highlight all your items and then just import it and save. That is it. I hope that you find this video helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more how-tos, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting for QuickBooks. I will see you on the next one.